what I'm hearing is, as the ego loses attachments to past events, it's like your spirit within is rejoicing.
It's that. It's also. It's not unshackling. It's not my ego just unshackling from past events. It's unshackling from what that means for me.
Yes.
And how I had to be.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because of all that, therefore
Yeah.
that's what I'm challenging.
Yeah.
As much as I'm aware, as much as I can. And the process is phenomenal and valuable, and I'm loving all of it and hating all of it at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
Because, how much character does someone need? You just can't the conversation just go, yeah, I've got that, but I'm not getting that yet, Joe. I'm still unpacking so much and excavating so much. So it's not just the ego's relationship to the past, it's my ego's relationship to what my expectations are of me because of that. I was the one who had to be the graduate. There's a lot of pride in my family that I'm studying. There's a lot of pride in my family that I am the success.
Yeah.
What does that mean in terms of everybody else in the family as well? What breathing room is there for other people when I'm taking the oxygen up with my role and how I'm known?
Yeah.
Or who I'm known as.
Yeah, sure.
By the public or whatever that means. So I'm challenging all of that. I'm actually tearing it all down.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'm tearing it all down. So you might have seen me on stage now. I'm much more approachable and less together.
Yeah. Less perfect.
Far less.
Yeah.
And of course the flaws were always there, but now I'm getting comfortable with them because of this work I'm doing, the excavation work I'm doing. I don't mind expressing them.
Yeah.
And I don't mind if I'm judged for it now because the people who are judging me are not in the arena with me.
Yes.
So there's a lot less shame around it and a lot less attachment to protecting it and guarding it.
Yeah, right.
Which is why I said the ego, its role to me is to prevent and protect.
Yes.
It's to prevent us from harm and protect us from harm.
Yeah.
And to hopefully set us up for the good things in life. But that's can't just be its only motivation. It's also got to be to help us tap into potential.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing, Joe. I'm tearing down what I thought mattered for me to be perceived a certain way because of all this historical stuff.
Yeah.
How interesting is this?
It's fascinating. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
So tell me, Sharon, then, with the consequentialism, with what you've been unveiling with your family the last 5 days, how you've been, I guess, processing the past, orienteering around the past.
Nailed it.
Yeah, excellent.
So close.
Tell me about how this thinking is now contributing significantly, because I know that it is, as we go to that.
We went away for a week together before this, for my birthday, I think.
I think it was.
Yeah. And it was wonderful.
It's still officially birthday month.
It's definitely birthday. It's the festival of Sharon.
It is.
And on every bushwalk, we unveiled more of our future selves to each other.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so special.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And there was 3 steps we went through, which I'll go through.
Yeah.
And then that took a few walks of just redoing it, getting clearer, getting more language around it.
Yeah.
And then our final walk, we created this blueprint for us as a couple. And now it's become very much the theme. There's a little bug there. Hello. It's become the theme at the end of this year. Will probably be the theme for next year as well.
Okay.
So
you're talking about a framework of thinking?
A framework of being. So the thinking we're bringing to this, Joe, is who I am now is the sum total of the thinking, feeling and actions of before. That's as good as I can get.
Yeah.
It's as good as JP and I can get.
Yeah.
So if we're not loving all aspects of now and of ourselves and of our togetherness, there's no point in looking at now because that's already been done.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, that's a very major distinction.
It is.
Can you share that again? Because I reckon you'd want to hear that again.
I love it. Do you?
Yeah.
I know
think it's
you
phenomenal.
love this. We've been
phenomenal.
talking about this.
Yeah.
So there's no point if there's an aspect of now I'm not digging or loving or thinking is truly a reflection of me or our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point in discussing this now.
Yeah, because it's already happened.
It's a reflection of the thinking, feeling, and actions.
That's a contributor to this.
it's consequences.
Yeah.
We're just experiencing a consequence. We're looking at the Band-Aid.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I guess
we're not looking at the cause.
Well, like in my language, that would be where the sum total of all of the decisions that we've made, not made, all of the choices that were made, not made, all the meanings that we've applied that we've made and not made. I know it's more than that, but I love your thinking because it's like, well, that's where we're at now. It's all already done. So tell me how that. What's the like?
So this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
So because we can't, what we have done quite a bit is look to our past for, again, being a consequentialist. How is this so? So what was my thinking, or what was his thinking, or what was our thinking to get to this, or what was our feeling? So we have done some study of what led to the automation of this moment.
Right.
Which basically is we're just living out. It was predestined that moment had to happen because of everything that we did beforehand. It was inevitable. There's no point in being annoyed as much as I can be annoyed at the moment.
Really? It's an aspect of you you're not aware of.
I'm surprised you haven't noticed
I've never seen it.
No, never. But that's important as well to discover all of that. But now what to move? Okay, so how do we move forward?
Yeah.
So what I figured out was what were the thoughts and feelings that I was bringing to create this moment, and he did the same thing.
Right.
So whatever they were, they can't be what we do moving forward.
This is how you create change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're literally doing it if-then statements for all of it.
So say those three focus areas again.
So thoughts, feelings, and actions in that sequence, which I know is different to maybe you.
I agree.
Yeah. So it could even be feeling thought. I'm not really that attached to the sequence, except action is the last one.
Absolutely. Well, the feelings tend to come after a thought because you think of something, you put a meaning to it, and then there's a feeling.
Unless the feeling is immediate fear and you don't have a thought, the instinctive fear. So I can be triggered to fear abandonment when someone does something. It doesn't really matter what the trigger is, but that trigger, neurologically,
that's an emotional reaction.
My chemical just floods in my body.
Yeah.
And I'm in reaction if I don't slow down and think.
Yeah. I guess if
I skip the thinking, Joe, I go feeling action,
Yeah.
and that's a mess.
Yeah. Now, what I like about this is that you're actually introducing feeling rather than emotion, because what you're talking about with the abandonment is that the stimulus of the thought of abandonment, there's no ADing, there's no thinking has to go into it. It just triggers that emotional reaction. We've all got those emotional reactions. Yeah. What I love about this is that you're putting conscious effort into how to choose to feel differently.
Masses.
And that
I am literally saying
actions.
Sentences like this to JP. I'm being triggered right now. I'm feeling reaction. I'm going to need to pause.
Yeah.
This is the fear that's coming up for me. Let's unpack it. Okay, so I'm giving myself understanding in the moment when it would have been an argument or a disagreement or just not on the same page, or perhaps you wouldn't bother.
Yeah.
So we're both really making the effort in those moments. Okay, it looked like that caused a reaction. And we're literally doing if then over and over again on so many aspects.
It's phenomenal awareness.
I know, really. I'm so pleased.
Well, it's maturity as well, isn't it?
We're giving it a shot. After 25 years, we thought we'd give it a go.
Yeah. Fair point.
Yeah, why not? See what happens. Anyway, so emotion, thought, or emotion, feeling, thought, action, this now is inevitable. So arguing about this, discussing this, and enjoying this is pointless unless you know what the if was that got to this then.
Yeah.
And if you don't like the then,
yeah,
change your if.
Yes.
And that's
Nicely
what we're
said.
doing.
Nicely said.
So it's if then all the time in my thinking.
Yeah.
So anyway, so what we did on our walks and what we're doing, and what I'd love everyone to be doing if they'd like to be part of it, I think it'll be thematically important to TCI moving forward. Firstly, what is your intention? So part one, what is your intention? That could be that's 5Ks.
Yeah.
That's 5K. I know it is. It's 5Ks out along this bush, what we did. And there's lots of discussion, and have a coach we brainstorm with each other, but I suggest having a support to challenge the thinking, support the thinking,
completely agree.
Remind you of something that maybe you'd let fall aside because that matters too to you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how long the intention statement is. We've come up with a 4-word intention for us.
Yeah.
And so it becomes shine the light on the moment. Are we living up to that?
Yeah.
So that's a new orientation to now.
So those 4 words will be a reflection of your theme. That is your theme.
That's our theme.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So intention, theme. Yes.
Sure.
So we have the theme or the intention, and then we have a now. which was the then of the if then,
Mm-hmm.
is this then reflecting our
The future.
theme?
Yeah.
Our future.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. That is, so say that again, because this is a lot to take in. The current moment of now, as we've already established, is a reflection. The then of now is the
then.
consequences of the if of the past.
Yeah.
And here you are now, you're assessing where you're at now, you're noticing the cool things and not so cool things,
Yeah.
and things that could improve and all that kind of thing. And what you're now doing is you're resetting some of your ifs based on that theme.
Because if this doesn't
Yeah.
match, we have to concentrate, and now I'll show you on the two things we're changing.
Brilliant.
Because if that doesn't match, then we know our ifs are still in the past.
Yeah, right. This is a great conversation.
Isn't it wonderful?
I think we need some wine.
I said, let's take red wine, go to dinner again.
Yeah.
We could do this. It's just
Yeah.
fabulous.
We had a conversation like this at dinner the other
We
night.
did. It was wonderful. Yeah, it really was. So, okay, so we've got the then, the new then.
Yeah.
This moment of now is the actual then.
Yes.
If they don't match,
Yeah.
if it's better, we carry on. But if it's not as cool as, or for me, if I'm doing my personal one, if it's not as cool as what I'm envisioning for myself, then the two ifs I'm studying are my feelings. Yeah, my feelings and my thoughts.
Yeah.
And I'm working with 3 in each.
Yeah.
So picture theme, 1, 2, 3 thoughts, and 1, 2, 3, or evidence. I call that evidence, and then 1, 2, 3 emotions.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah. So for example, the theme could be conscious living.
Okay.
So getting out of automatic living, I'm living consciously.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
isn't my theme. I'm making it up.
Sure,
But
absolutely.
I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the thoughts evidence around that would be, what would be the evidence to know you were aligned with conscious living? 1, there's going to be 3. I would pause before I spoke.
Yeah.
I would assume compassion and best intention in the other person.
So there's your thinking, there's your feeling.
No, these are all 3 on my thoughts evidence.
Right.
And then we'll do 3 emotions.
Right, okay.
So I would think before I speak.
Yeah.
So I speak with consciousness,
Yeah.
speak with intentionality.
Yeah.
I would assume everybody has best intentions when they're with me.
Yeah.
And what do you think a third one could be?
Patience. Kindness.
Wonderful. Well, I put patience and kindness in emotions, so, but
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Or it could be
Well,
sharing.
if I was doing that, it'd be more consciously aware of reflection, which kind of links into not speaking straight away.
Or, no, well, it could be this, being consciously present in each moment to what's coming up for you.
Yeah, nice.
They would be my 3 evidences. They actually would be.
Yeah.
Probably not in that sequence. I'll
Sure.
put that last one first.
Sure.
Now, what are the 3 feelings? So I believe emotions is the instinctive chemical.
Yeah.
The feeling is the one we decide
Yeah.
and land on.
Yeah, that's right.
After a bit of thought's been involved,
Yeah.
and chemicals are mixed. And the cocktail is a feeling. What are the 3 feelings to cultivate? Which means I'm asking my body to neurologically reprogram the chemicals that are released in my body. Consciously. This all goes to conscious living.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you guys are aware of this, but everything that goes on neurologically fires up an electrical pulse, which then hits the synaptic gap. That synaptic gap, for the electrical pulse to jump the synaptic gap, has to produce a chemical. That chemical is what we know as emotion. That chemical flows through your entire body, creating how you feel. But if you're going to live consciously and you're not living consciously, clearly what's going on in that synaptic gap is not the cool shit you want to have happening.
Yeah. And people also become addicted to that, which is a whole other conversation.
It is wonderful conversation.
Yeah.
Stay on track.
Yeah. So